Name is Jay, channel's Trails and Timber, and we're going to be going on an overnight adventure tonight. Going to be staying in my hot tent, and I have my pellet stove. Going to be firing that thing up. It is pretty warm out, so I won't be burning it most of the day, I imagine, because it's supposed to get, I think, about a high of 8 degrees Celsius today. A little bit more about me. I'm an outdoor enthusiast, love the outdoors, and I wanted to start sharing my adventures and kind of documenting my life at the same time for my kids. I do have 2 boys, 2 girls, so later on in life they'll have something to remember me by. And also, hopefully you guys enjoy all the content and keep watching the videos. 49 years old, turning 50 this year, so pretty exciting, and it's pretty exciting to be starting this at this point in my life. Wish I would have started it sooner and started documenting more of my life, but I didn't, so here we are. I do have a full-time job. I work in a mine and in northern Alberta, oil sands mine. So that's a little bit of history on me. I have lived kind of all over Western Canada, Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC. I do spend quite a bit of time in BC. In the summertime, I do have a spot out there that I camp regularly and go boating and all that kind of good stuff. So you guys will see some adventures from that, I'm sure. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of solo camping and probably a little camping with my family. There'll be some hunting, fishing on here. So hopefully you guys stick around and subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and leave some comments down below if you want to know the area. Okay, I think I found us a place to camp here. Already got a bench set up here. There's a little fire pit set up. It's pretty windy right now. I don't think I'll start a fire here unless the wind dies down a little bit. Maybe start one a little bit later on in the day. But this is where I'm thinking I'm going to set up my tent right here. As you can see, not much for snow right now, pretty warm out. So yeah, I'm thinking probably set my tent up right here. Truck's right there. Can kind of see the road I drove in on right there, and kind of comes from the main road there. But I do see there is some deadfall kind of in the background over that way. So I will be able to get a little bit of firewood. I don't need nothing crazy. Like I say, I got the pellet stove to basically keep me warm if I need to. But yeah, it looks like a nice open area. There is actually a swing. Looks like it must be a common spot for people to camp. So there is a fair amount of trees cut down already around here, but I do see some deadfall. I don't need to be cutting down any trees right now or anything like that when I'm by myself. Oh, I do see one dead standing tree over there, so maybe take that down. But yeah, this is going to be home for the evening. So I'm going to get the tent out and get tripod set up, and you guys can see how the tent sets up and all that good stuff. Alright, so anyways, this is my tent. It's a teepee style tent. So we're gonna get this baby set up first of all. And it is pretty dry ground right now. Try and keep everything somewhat organized here. It is a little windy, so I'm gonna just throw something on this for the time being. And this is a large tent. It's plenty big enough for me. And my wife, she does camp with me. This is the inner tent, which I don't think I'm going to use tonight. I don't need it. So we're going to set that off the side for now. And this is the center pole for the tent here. And bag of pegs. And you'll see when I get this all laid out and set up, it's fairly easy to set up. So this is top of the tent. It is a little more challenging to set up in the wind. But once you get some pegs in it, it sets up fairly easy. Okay, so anyways, I got the tent pegged down somewhat. This tent does have 2 doors. There's one on either side. So this is going to be my main door that I'm going to be using. And basically you have this center pole. You unzip the tent. Then you take the center pole and go something like this. And without the wood stove, this is a 4-man tent. So like I said, it is quite large. And you just go inside, place your pole in the center, and do have to adjust the pegs a little bit, but that'll give you an idea. And I'll bring you guys over and just show you the inside of the tent. So this is basically the tent inside. Quite large. Right now the pegs are a little too tight, so we're going to adjust those. Get you on a different angle here. Yeah, we'll have to adjust those pegs a little bit. Okay, so after a fairly lengthy fight with this tent, probably took me about half an hour, 45 minutes to get it set up the way I wanted it. The ground's pretty frozen right now, but as you can see, this thing's massive inside. The way the tent is designed is it has these snow skirts along the bottom. There ain't a whole lot of snow here to have snow skirts. So what I might do, I think, just to keep the wind out because it's pretty windy today, I think what I'm going to do is set up the inner tent in it. And then I did bring a cot with me, and I got my sleeping mat and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to basically set all that up, and you guys can definitely watch me. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is setting up that inner tent, and then just so you have a clear picture, wood stove goes over here. My wood stove's gonna set up over here, and then my inner tent sits more on this half of the tent. Then this is all open, and this is all tent, inner tent. Or I can kind of rotate it or whatever way I want to do it. But yeah, that's the way I'm thinking I'm gonna set it up anyway. So I'll get back with you guys. I'll put in the inner tent, and then you guys can see that. Okay, now you guys can see the inner tent, and yeah, that should keep some of the wind off me in the middle of the night. It's enclosed, it has a floor. So yeah, anyways, that's that. And then this is the first time I've used this wood stove in this tent. I have tried it out outside, just in my backyard, and make sure it burns well and everything. So it is a stainless steel wood stove, which I do have an aluminum actual wood stove as well. Very lightweight, my other one. This one's definitely heavier, and what I like about this one is it definitely holds the heat a lot better. So this is your hopper here for your pellets, and when I burned this, I burned hardwood pellets in it, and they burnt really well. Burned for a long time, but yeah, they burnt for a really long time, but I'm not sure how much heat they had. So what I did was I grabbed some softwood pellets for it, and I'm going to mix the softwood pellets with the hardwood pellets and see how that does. Okay, so I got the pellet stove set up. I have dumped a little bit of hardwood pellets in there, and this bag here is hardwood. This is some softwood pellets, so I'm going to dump some in, and once I find my knife. I did buy a torch for lighting this. It works best if you light a torch or use a torch to light it. And I do have some fire starters here for a campfire later if I need them. Some leather gloves, which I should be wearing instead of good gloves. But I use these gloves for messing around with the fire and stuff like that. All right. Let's see if we can find a knife of some sort. Okay, I found a pocket knife. Good enough. So we're gonna I'm going to dump some of these in there. What I didn't realize is that the hopper is pretty close to my tent, but it doesn't really matter anyways because the hopper doesn't heat up at all, which is good. Yeah, when this thing's going, the hopper stays completely cool. I have no issues with it at all. I did buy a little fan to circulate the air in here, which I don't even know if I'm going to need tonight because, well, the bottom of the tent's open anyway, so I'm going to be getting air through here. And I'm not worried about carbon monoxide or anything like that. Like, there's a ton of ventilation in this tent, and if I need to, if it starts to smoke me out, the top just opens up on it, lets all the smoke out. Speaking from experience, I have done it. And I'm just going to make sure that the audio is actually recording, which it is. I didn't realize these mics, they go on standby after a while. So I'm going to get some of these softwood ones in there. Right now the hopper's about a quarter full. I just want to mix them around a bit, is my plan. I've never done the mix of the pellets before, but from what I understand, the softwood pellets burn hotter, shorter period of time. The hardwood burn longer, obviously, but little cooler. So my theory is mix them and see how it turns out. I am dropping lots of pellets, but not a big deal. All right, so that about fills it. It's still got a little bit of room in there. I will finish filling it in a bit, but I want to tell you guys a little bit about the tent. It's a Pomoly tent. It is, when the wood stove's not in here, they say it's a 2 to 4 man tent, which you could easily fit 2 to 4 people in here. This thing's massive when the inner tent's not in it. And you can easily, in the inner tent, on sleeping pads, you could fit 2 people easy in there. With a cot, I'm hoping my cot isn't too big that I can't use it in here. But if it is, it's no big deal. I have my sleeping pad for on my cot anyway. So not a big deal. What else do I have in here that I could show you guys? I got some, all my gloves that I had. I got a headlamp for later on in the night. I do have another saw. This isn't my main saw, it's just backup saw if my other one breaks the blade or something. Got paracord. Got a ton of paracord with me. I got black tape. I got a life straw if I need water, which I brought water anyway. So that's not an issue. I got a pen. I got some twine for whatever bushcrafting needs. Got a pen. And in some of my other stuff, which I'll show you later on, I have my little pocket journal, stuff like that. I do like to journal things and just also keep a list for next time I come out if I feel like I forgot anything. I brought an excessive amount of stuff this time, way more than what I need. But my plan with this trip was to be comfortable. I got a cutting board in here, which I will be using later on. So that's that container. And we'll get into some other stuff later. But I'm going to bring you guys up a little bit closer so you can get a better look at that stove setup. And there you go. That's the inner tent, and I'll open that up and show you guys once I get my sleep system in there and stuff. But I'm going to back you up so you can actually see the whole camp. Okay. So there's the tent set up. And I got door open on it right now. I'll close it later. A truck. And just give you guys kind of a 360 of the area. You can see in the background there, that's the Rockies. And there's the main road. I'm pretty much like maybe 100 yards, not even 100 yards, maybe 75 yards off the main road. So yeah, that's her. I do have extra pipe for the tent if I do need it, but I'm trying to kind of keep it low profile, keep it out of the wind. And I did have for my other wood stove, I had the titanium pipe that basically came in a roll, and you just roll it out and then you roll it back up lengthwise. But I basically it folded over on me when I was out hunting with my son, because, well, we're in Alberta and there's wind. So I bought some sections of pipe basically, and some sections came with my new pellet stove. So yeah, basically I got 4 more sections of pipe I can add on to here, which is going to be really nice if I ever need it. But for now, I think this is going to do. The pellets don't produce any spark out. I like the spark arrestor. I have more for just safety, but the pellets really don't heat up the pipe that much. The way the pellet stove is designed is it kind of burns sideways and then goes around a channel and back to the chimney. There's a channel in there that kind of circulates the air, goes up so it holds the heat better in the pellet stove. So basically you don't get any sparks up the chimney anyway, which is a good thing. So I'm just gonna do some more setting up camp, and I'll show you what I got done, and we're gonna try the cot out, see how that works. Okay, we got the cot in there, not gonna lie. It was a major pain in the ass, but gonna have a better sleep because of it. So now it's a massive cot. So it does sit up a little bit high, and I'm deciding whether I want to put my sleeping pad on it or not. I think I'm still going to. I brought this stuff, so I may as well use it. So I'm going to get the sleeping pad out. I'll get that set up, and then probably a little hard to see in there with the light the way it is, but if I'll try and get a light set up in there for you guys, and then I'll show you the bed down zone. Okay, as you can probably see, I got my bed set up, got my chair out. I have a table. I'm not sure if I'm going to set it up or not. I got lots of stuff I can cut food up on and whatnot. So anyways, tell you a little bit about myself, seeing as how this is my first video. I am a father of 4, and my kids are all starting to get older, and I'm married as well. And yeah, I've been with my spouse for about 25 years now, and I wanted to get out and kind of start doing some solo camping. Winter camping is kind of what I'm preferring more than anything. I'm not much for the heat, but I will be doing some summer camping and hiking as well. I do some woodworking as well, just like at home in the garage kind of woodworking. I would like to get into whittling a little bit, and definitely some more bushcraft style camping. I do have background in mine rescue. That's kind of as far as my camping and bushcrafting background goes, but I definitely am looking forward to learning a lot of things, and really it's just being a big kid and getting out here and having some fun, and bringing you guys along with me. So anyways, for tonight I have a ton of pellets. I got a bag of softwood pellets, bag of hardwood pellets, and I got another bag of hardwood pellets in the truck, which I highly doubt I'm gonna need. Last time I burnt this stove at home, I figured it was gonna burn for maybe 4 hours or something off a hopper of pellets. It ended up burning 8.5 hours off of, so I'm hoping it actually burns a little faster than that this time. 8.5 hours is great, but I never sleep 8.5 hours anyway, so I don't need it to burn that long. And the other issue I have with, I like the pellet stove a lot, but the other issue I have with it is there's no way to empty out the pellets once you fill the hopper on it, which is very annoying, because when I was burning it for that 8.5 hours there, it was well into the morning. I started burning it later in the evening, and I think I was up waiting for that thing to burn out till about 3-4 o'clock in the morning, which is fine. It's good to know how long it burns off of just hardwood pellets. Yeah, and tonight I'm going to be doing some cooking. I did bring a little stove. I'm hoping I can just cook on this this stove here. I did bring a little butane stove, but if I need it, I'll use it. If I don't, I won't. And I have some coffee. I got some snacks. Brought some pepperoni, stuff like that. I'm looking forward to climbing into this bed later on. It was a chore getting everything set up in here. The cot's too high for it, really. It's a massive cot. It's from Cabela's. It's a Cabela's brand cot, actually. But thing's massive. It's super comfortable, though, and very sturdy. So, anyways, that's what I'm going to be sleeping on tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. It is going to be a little tight up in this area, but whatever, I'll survive. And I do have a sleeping pad on top of it just for extra comfort. It is the Thermarest Mondo King that I'm using. Thing's very comfortable and very got a really good R rating on it. So anyways, that's the plan for now. I'm gonna be cooking some steak later on. Yeah, I think before it gets dark out, I'm gonna go for a little walk around. I'll bring you guys with me, and we'll see if we can't find ourselves some firewood, maybe have fire later. I would like to sit by the fire. I don't want to just sit in here all night to stay warm. I did bring, I brought lots of clothes. I did forget my main shell jacket, which isn't a big deal. I do have an insulated puffy jacket, and it's not going to get super cold tonight. It'll be around 0. So yeah, that's not crazy cold. But with the wind, it's definitely going to make it feel a lot colder at night if the wind keeps up. So anyways, I'm going to go try and find some firewood, and I'll bring you guys with me. I might have a little snack here first. So I'll get back with you in a couple minutes. Okay, so we're on the hunt for some firewood. So we're out getting some firewood here, and yeah, I'm hoping there's lots on the ground right now. So I'm going to drag a lot of that back, I think, if it's not too punky or rotten. There is a dead standing just right here, so I'm probably going to cut that down. I left my saw back at camp because I'm just going to clean up a bunch of this stuff on the ground, take it back, cut it up, and we'll see how that goes. See how much firewood that gives me. And yeah, so I'll get back with you guys in just a couple minutes. Gonna drag a bunch of wood back there, and I think fires have been a issue in this area. That could be why they're taking some of these trees down. Some of them are definitely too rotten to burn, but some of them are pretty good. Get myself a little pile going over here, and then we'll drag her back. So just processing up some firewood for tonight. Got the fire pit there, as you can see. Definitely found a decent amount. I was gonna have some soup, but oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna have some soup. Either way, I was having soup, but I did bring a can opener with me. And I do have a knife as well. I'm just gonna open the can halfway, pry it open. And there's the soup we're having there, some Tim Hortons. If you're Canadian, you know, you know. So I'm just going to put my soup on the pellet stove and let it boil. I do have the little fan going that I purchased for circulating the air in here, and that thing is flying. So like I was saying earlier, super nice day out other than the wind. The wind's crazy. It's been blowing all day. It did die down for maybe an hour, but now it's picked right back up again. I did move my truck a little closer to the tent to try and block some of the wind, and it does seem to be helping a little bit. So I will just bring you guys around, let you have a look at the wood stove. Sorry, trying to level out the tripod. So there you go, that's the, let's tilt this down a little bit. That's the pellet stove in action. Do have a garbage bag for all my garbage to haul it all out with me. I will put it in the truck tonight when I go to bed. Oh yeah, in the meantime, I guess I should probably find a spoon so I can stir my soup. Haven't really ate anything today. I just had a couple pieces of pepperoni and some water, but gonna eat now. I wasn't sure how long it was gonna take me to get firewood and all that kind of stuff. It was just kind of my first time ever filming and doing this at the same time, trying to get some video for you guys, and then I'm also trying to do a little relaxation and some camping, and I'm gonna give my soup a little stir here. I do have a ribeye steak to cook tonight, but sorry, I do have a ribeye steak to cook tonight, a little later on, if I'm still hungry. I'm not normally a huge eater. I'm hoping to definitely have a fire later on if the wind dies down a little bit. It's been so dry this year, I don't really want to go and start a open fire and have embers blowing all over the place, even though the ground is a little wet. There's a lot of dry patches and stuff, so I definitely don't need to be starting no forest fires. So I did get these lamps here, just a little lantern kind of thing for nighttime. Came in a 3-pack. They were like $30. I didn't have any real lighting. I do have a set of string lights that I might hang up later after I have a bite to eat. I don't know, we'll see. They're just battery operated. I have lots of power out here. For Christmas, my wonderful wife was nice enough to get me one of those Blue Eddy power stations for camping. And it's pretty amazing. I've had no issues with my phone dying or anything like that out here. It's been really nice for a change. Usually I'm killing my phone and killing my microphones and all that kind of stuff. But now that I got this power station, I'm actually looking forward to having plenty of power. I will just kind of show you guys that. It's kind of hard to show you with the tripod there, but so my soup's just about boiling already, which is awesome. Just cooking it on the pellet stove. So I'm guessing it's probably it's got to be 3:30, something like that. And it's definitely starting to cool down a bit too. I put a jacket on here pretty quick, but I am getting some heat off of this wood stove even with the door being wide open. I do have just about everything I brought in here. There's a couple pots and stuff like that I left in the truck that if I need them later I'll take them out, but as of right now. So as I was saying a little earlier, a little bit about me, I grew up my teenage years in Saskatchewan, in Regina, and I was kind of a city slicker, and moved out to BC when I was about 16, 17, something like that. And small town life. And that's actually where I first met my wife, was in small town. And anyways, we parted ways after high school kind of thing. And later on in life, her and I ended up talking again and ended up getting together, and we've been together for about 25 years now. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm fortunate enough to be able to get out here and do this kind of thing now that my kids are a little older. And we did do a lot of camping with my kids when we were younger, more the glamping style in a camper. As I said before, we do have a permanent camp spot in BC that we go to in the summertime, which is pretty nice. It's not really my thing. I like more doing this kind of stuff and hunting and fishing and all that good stuff, but I do enjoy spending time with family out there. And now we live in Alberta. Lots of crazy stuff going on in Alberta right now with the independence talks and 51st state and all that kind of stuff. Crazy world we're living in right now, that's for sure. And whether you're a liberal or a conservative, I think everybody has arguments on both sides of the fence. Just gonna give my soup another stir here. Oh yeah, she's warm now. Give her one more stir, and then I think I'm gonna have a bite to eat. So I do have lots of goodies out here. I got one of my favorite candies, Sour Patch Kids. Got a bag of chips out here. Got some Canadian maple coffee. Delicious. One of my favorite coffees right now. Got a bag of apples. Got some potatoes for dinner to go with my steak. Trying to think of what else I brought with my steak. Oh yeah, I brought some onions and some peppers, I think. I might have brought some peppers, can't remember. To cut up and have with my steak. Might have brought some mushrooms too. No, I didn't bring any mushrooms. I was going to. And forgot. Forgot a couple things on this trip, but still going pretty fantastic. I'm enjoying it. And my soup's just about done here, so I got to find out how I'm going to manage that right now. I don't want to put it in a bowl and dirty more dishes and all that kind of stuff, so I was going to eat it out of the pot here, I think. Oh yeah, she's boiling pretty good. Perfect. Look at the steam coming off of that. Okay, I'm going to eat my my soup here, and I'll get back with you guys after I'm done. And we'll see how the wind situation's doing. If it's doing good, maybe we'll get a fire going. Go sit outside by the fire. And maybe we'll smoke a cigar and have beer. Now that the camp chores are done, time to enjoy it. I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. Well, just to give you guys an update, it's about 4:15 now. Kind of chilling out in the tent here. Wind's blowing pretty good. It's starting to get cooler. So I'm just hanging out here for now. Adjust that camera a bit. Yeah, just hanging out here for now. And I'm boiling some water. I'm gonna have myself a coffee here shortly. Once that gets to boiling. It's been an awesome day out here. Haven't done a lot more than work and get firewood and all that kind of stuff and get camp set up, but it's definitely awesome. I just had to adjust the inner tent here. Had to put my warmer jacket on. So I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. I'm sure I'll get better at making them. But for right now, I'm just kind of winging it. Bringing you guys along for the ride. I'm planning on doing a whole ton more tonight. I got one of my lanterns set up on the center pole here, so I got a light when it gets dark. Got my little flashlight. I got a couple more little lanterns, and then I have a headlamp, which I'll be getting out here right away. And I did bring out bear spray. With it being a little warmer, you never know. Could be out and about. And kind of in wolf and coyote territory as well, and I'm sure there's cougars around here. But not too concerned about it. Yeah, I think once once I'm done eating for the night, I already did put some of my food in the truck. I don't think I'll be eating too much more tonight. I was gonna cook up a steak, but it's starting to get later. I don't like eating too close to bedtime, but not that late yet, but we'll see how I feel. If I get hungry, I'll eat, I guess. Pellet stove. So far I've burnt, probably about this much. Maybe a quarter of the hopper. But I just refilled it. And yeah, I'll just keep it refilled throughout the night. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that wind blowing, but she's starting to blow pretty good. I'll take you guys out, show you around a little bit. There's a massive tree that's somebody cut down just a little ways back there. I was thinking maybe for another video one of these days, maybe I'll come back and set up a shelter along that tree. I don't know, you guys can probably see it there now. Yeah, maybe do a lean-to style shelter if it's still there when I come back. I do plan on coming out here camping a lot more, doing some bushcraft style camping. I am just on crown land, so give you guys a little 360 here. So this is pretty cool. Somebody built a swing. And well, we haven't tried it out yet, so we may as well. Hopefully it doesn't break and I don't end up on my ass. Seems pretty sturdy, actually. Looks like it was pretty recently built. Strings don't seem decayed or anything. Yeah, when I found this place, I was like, I came out here once hunting. Must be 3 years ago now. And I did drive a few of the back roads and stuff, but I wasn't, at that point in time, I wasn't even thinking about camping or anything. So I took a drive out here today. I posted something in a Facebook group for some other places to camp around Calgary, because the area that I usually go to is currently closed down for the season. So I decided to try and find somewhere new to go, and I found this place. And so far I didn't travel very far up the gravel road. I maybe I'd say maybe I'm a kilometer or two up it, but I'm assuming there's probably a lot more other places to camp around here besides just this one. Like this spot's open. It's pretty wide open. Like, it's pretty awesome. And this is like recreational. You can like bring your dirt bikes out here and stuff like that, quads and snow machines and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty awesome. There's my pile of firewood I got, which I don't imagine we're going to use tonight. And I do have the fire ready to go if this wind does die down. And there's a shot of the truck. Like I say, I did move the truck closer to the tent, just to try and block some of the wind, but it's not doing much. I should back the truck up maybe another, I don't know, 10-15 feet, and I'd probably block out a lot more of the wind, but it's not that bad anyway. Yeah, so I found a bunch of firewood. It was just like laying down firewood. Not even firewood, I had to make firewood out of it, but kind of back in behind this brush here that they cut down. They cut down a whole bunch of trees in here, I'm assuming to help mitigate forest fires. Or maybe they were just ready to fall down, so somebody cut them all down. But yeah, it's nice and wide open in here now. And yeah, it's a pretty nice camp spot. There's actually 3 little fire pits in here that I've seen so far. I haven't ventured too far this way, so I'm gonna walk a little bit this way, see what we find. Like I said earlier in the video, if you guys want if you're in the Alberta, Calgary area kind of thing, and you're looking for some different places camp, leave a comment down below, and I don't got any problem sharing where I come out camping. It's for everybody to enjoy, not just myself. So yeah, there's, like I say, there's cut off trees. And yeah, just lots of like short random firewood. It's starting to get a little darker out now. Not dark by any means, but great big tree. There's some massive trees out here. Like, look at the size of that thing. Definitely some oldies. Looks like somebody might have stashed some firewood back in here. Yep. Yeah, a bunch of firewood somebody stacked up. We'll leave it there, we don't need it. And there's a fire pit, another fire pit. So far I found 4 fire pits around right in this little area. There's a cattle guard right there. I haven't seen no wildlife yet. Have heard some birds and stuff like that, but yeah, I haven't seen any deer or anything yet. Getting more the evening time, might start seeing some deer coming around or something like that. We just walk over across the road here. kind of a field, and there's a fence line that runs along here. And you can see the mountains in the background, and the sun's starting to go down. Definitely cooling down tonight. I think it's supposed to be, well, I don't know exactly what temperature is going to be where I am here, but set around 0. So the table that I said I wasn't going to set up, I set it up because I was getting annoyed not having a table. And I was trying to show you guys the Blue Eddy earlier. That's it there. And yeah, I could charge my phones off there, microphone, everything. And there's a good shot of the stove and the hopper. Water's starting to boil by the looks of it. I took the fan and just moved it off so I could boil water on there. I do have some water. I got quite a bit of stuff out here actually. There's my food cooler, which I'll put away a little later. Okay, back. So I just wanted to flip the camera around and kind of tour around with you guys a bit. I just passed another fire pit here, and I'm just kind of going for a walk. My hands are cold and starting to get a little cold, so just going for a little walk, warm up. My soup was awesome. Actually really enjoyed that. There's another massive tree. Not enormous, but pretty good size. So I was gonna try out some ice fishing. I haven't done any ice fishing since I moved to Alberta, and I'd like to get back into it. So maybe next video, maybe I'll get out, do some ice fishing if the weather permits. The way it's been warming up right now, probably not too safe on the lakes. Wouldn't want to drive a pickup on one anyway, but could definitely take the tent out in the sled and go and set something up. Great thing about this tent is it's a pain in the ass to set up in the wind. I've set it up twice in the wind now, and both times it's just been a serious pain in the ass, but made it work. It took a bit to set up. But nice thing about this tent is it's fairly lightweight. Like it doesn't weigh much at all. So to take it out and set it up on the ice definitely wouldn't be an issue. I definitely wouldn't want to do it on a windy day though. So this is the little bench they made. I don't know who they are, but they did make it. And it's actually kind of nice right by the fire pit. See if I can... There we go. Got a different angle for you guys. And there, yeah, like I say, there's all my firewood. Pretty awesome. You can see a bit of the mountains in the background. When I was driving out here today, I was up on top of a hill and about to go down, and it was when I was on the highway, and the sun was coming up this morning when I left home, and sun was coming up and the mountains. Man, it was an awesome picture. And I didn't stop and get it, but I should have. But maybe next time I'll stop and get a better picture. You could see the whole mountain line with the sun in the back. It was pretty awesome. So I think my water's just about boiled here, so I'm gonna whip up a coffee here, and I'll get back with you before I make the coffee so you can see how I'm making it. Okay, so this is how we're doing the coffee up. So this is a pour over thing. So basically, if you guys haven't seen these before, this is your filter where your coffee goes in. And I've actually never used it yet, I just bought it. So I'm gonna put a little coffee in there. My spoon's a little big. Okay, got about a tablespoon of coffee in there. And the funnel goes on top, like so, and you set it on the cup. Something like that. And then fill her up. If you haven't tried this Zavida coffee, it's really fantastic. It's this one's Canadian maple. They have cinnamon bun one, as well as hazelnut vanilla. I know Costco used to carry the hazelnut vanilla. I'm not sure if they still do, but Sobeys or Walmart carry the other kinds. So yeah, if you haven't tried it, definitely worth trying. So I got about half of my cup full, so I'm gonna give this another little bit. Now I probably put too much in it. Was drinking instant coffee for a while, but I can't stand the taste of it, so I had to come up with something better. I do have a, can't remember what they're called, Europress or something like that, but it's a lot of work. So yeah, I filled it right to the very top. So I'm gonna have to dump out a touch. Set that there for now. Yeah, see that mess? Rookie. So normally it wouldn't have bothered me it being that full, but I want to put cream in there. Give her a little shot of cream. Give her a bit of a stir here. Smells amazing. Looks a little weak. Next time if I make a cup this big, I'll put a little more coffee in there. Oh yeah, that's good. Slide that over to the side for now. This pellet stove, it's made by Naturehike, and I'm actually really liking it for the convenience of not having to keep filling it with firewood. But what I am noticing is it definitely doesn't burn as hot, or I haven't figured out how to get it to burn as hot as my little titanium stove. My titanium stove throws out heat like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, it was super fun getting out and enjoying the day. I actually wish it was colder out. I say that, my hands are actually freezing right now, but I definitely wish it was colder out. And there was some snow. I really would have enjoyed this a lot more had there been snow. Gonna have to clean out that filter after I have my coffee. Oh yeah, definitely needed that. Yeah, I definitely I'm gonna take this off. Take my toque off for a while here, and maybe just put my hood on. I can hang on to this thing for now. But anyways, yeah, this Naturehike stove. So the hopper itself comes off, pipe comes out. You can stash, it came with 4 pipes, and the 4 pipes will fit inside the stove, as well as there's a little shelf here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's a little shelf here. It just sits on top of the stove, legs fold up, and basically it's pretty compact. It's heavy. It's stainless steel, so it weighs about, I'd say, close to 40 pounds. So it's not light. But the nice thing about it is once you do get it warm enough, it holds the heat really well compared to titanium. Titanium, as soon as that stove goes out, it cools down fast. Like within 10 minutes, you can touch that stove once it goes out. So if you're thinking about getting a wood stove and doing some winter camping, stainless steel, much heavier. Like my titanium stove weighs maybe 5 pounds, and maybe a little bit more than 5 pounds, maybe 7 pounds, but this thing weighs like 3 times as much, 4 times as much. So depends what you want it for. Thing I like about this stove also is the pipe is warm, but it's not like blaring red hot. Like my titanium one will get so hot, the pipe will get so hot it'll turn red. This just seems a lot more controlled, which is very nice. And the other cool thing about this is I can't really show you guys it right at this very moment because I'm sitting here, but there's an oven down underneath the box where the pellets go. And yeah, you can actually open it up and cook in the oven, bake cookies, whatever you feel like doing. You could cook a steak in there. I haven't figured out exactly how to control the temperature very well on it yet. It seems to be sitting around about 250 degrees fairly normally, and it doesn't seem to heat up much more than that. So if you were baking or something in it, you needed like 350 or something like that, you definitely have to play around with it to get it warm enough. So later on tonight, hopefully I can get enough light in this tent. I'm not sure. I haven't filmed in this tent at, well, any time really. But I'm not sure how much light I need in here to film in here. But at some point tonight, I can't wait to sit down, relax, have a cigar, and maybe a beer. Just enjoy the night. I am hoping that when does get a little darker, I can close down the tent and hopefully get enough light in here that I can still film. And it's actually surprising how tired I am already too. It's only 5 o'clock, or 5-ish, and I'm definitely feeling the effects of the day on me. But I was up at about 5 o'clock this morning, 4:30. Got 2 little dogs. One of them's a puppy. They're pretty small, so I didn't bring them out with me. They get too cold, for sure. I did take my older dog out a couple months ago. It was kind of the beginning of winter, and he did pretty well, except it rained on us all day, so he eventually did get cold, and yeah, it wasn't very much fun for him. We ended up packing up in the about 10 o'clock at night or something like that, and heading home. So yeah, it was a learning experience. I don't think I'll do too much cold weather camping with the small dogs. They're just not built for it. I will definitely put a couple of little videos of the dogs in there so you guys can see them. And I'm sure at some point you will see. So I'm back. It's about 8:30 now. Just sitting in the tent, chilling out. hanging out by the fire, watching a couple movies on my iPad, relaxing for the night. Give you guys a little shot of the tent. Yep, been sitting here for a couple hours and just kind of maintaining the fire, keeping myself warm. Not much to maintain, just fill it up every once in a while. Just the heat a little bit here and there. It is getting cool outside. Got a couple lights going. Got some string lights I kind of put on the pole. Another little light there. And can't really see right now, but my sleeping area is all set up. Just kind of freehanding, trying to hang on to the phone right now. Well, that little table that I wasn't going to set up earlier, this came in quite handy. I watched Rambo First Blood, and now I'm watching The Gentleman. Obviously, I can't post any frames on YouTube. But yeah, I'm just going to chill out, finish watching this movie, and probably get back with you guys before I go to bed. Charged up some devices with the Blue Yeti. Thing's pretty amazing. Definitely like it a lot. Got a little extension cord I brought out with me in case I need to run power into my bedroom area. Definitely glamping this trip. And there's my little kettle. I've had a couple cups of coffee. Haven't had a beer yet. Haven't had a cigar yet. Thinking about doing that right now. You can kind of see that little fan spinning there. Actually circulates the heat pretty good. I was sitting here in a sweater and I got some fleece lined pants on. I got no long underwear on or anything, and it's pretty toasty in here. I definitely am probably overdressed for sitting in here, that's for sure. But I get this odd time when it seems to cool down a little bit. I gotta mess around with the stove a little bit, so that's why I'm not getting into anything lighter than what I got on right now anyway. When I go to bed and I get in my sleeping bag and stuff, I'll definitely get into something a little lighter. But I'll check back in with you guys shortly and maybe have a cigar and a little chat. What's up, everyone? Sitting here watching a movie and I'm going to get into a cigar. It's Arturo Fuente Hemingway short story. Shorter cigar. A little nightcap before bed. brought out a bunch of cigars with me, but I haven't tried this one yet, and I think I want to get into it. So I don't know how good you guys can see that, but the initial cut on her. I don't know how many cigar smokers there is here, but I definitely enjoy them. I do have a little torch here actually, so I'm going to use that. Pretty serious flame. If we can. There we go. So for anybody that smokes cigars, you know, I'm just toasting the end of it. So I bought this cigar a while ago and kind of had it sitting, and tonight seems like a good night to get into it. It's about, I think it's around 11 o'clock now. Yep, 11 o'clock, and the wood stove is keeping me nice and warm. I'm just about ready for bed here, but I did want to have a cigar before I went to bed and have a little chat. So for anybody that smokes cigars, I'm definitely liking this one so far. Yeah, if you haven't tried this one, it's definitely worth trying. It's a light to medium so far anyway. It's been pretty quiet out here. Had a lot of vehicles going in and out on that main road to start with. And I'd say around 6-7 o'clock it was pretty busy. There was probably 10 or so vehicles that drove by. But since then, all I've heard is a couple airplanes go by. It's been quite peaceful. Watched a few movies. Well, I'm on my third movie now. I'm watching Gladiator. And never did have a fire tonight. Just in the tent. I spend most of my time in the tent tonight. It's a little cold out, so we're sitting in here. Had a couple cups of coffee and thought about having a beer, but not really in the mood for it tonight. But I definitely did want to get into a cigar. so I don't know how good that'll show up on the camera, but that's what I'm smoking anyway. It's got a kind of leathery, chocolatey taste to it, I guess. Spicy and a bit of peppery note to it. Really good. I do definitely enjoy cigars. This is one of my, well, this is probably one of my smaller ones. I did bring out, I don't know, quite a few cigars, but this is the first one I've gotten into. I just brought them all out because they're in my little homemade humidor. I can show you guys that. So basically, have about the pack in there and keeping my cigars at 69% humidity. Right now they're definitely a little colder than they should be, but it's warming up in here, so I'm sure the cigars will warm up. But anyways, yeah, there's about, I don't know, 20 or so cigars in there. And I have a hygrometer in there that tells me the humidity and the temperature. So if you guys did make it this far in the video, it's going to be pretty much my first edit of a video of this sort, so be easy on me, but definitely tell me what you guys would like to see more of, less of. Let me know if you're into the bushcrafting thing or not. You want to see more bushcrafting. I definitely would like to start doing more bushcrafting myself. I have done a little bit of it in the past, but it's definitely something I'd like to do more of. And hot tenting, I love it. I haven't done a whole lot of it, but I do really enjoy it. And as I may have mentioned earlier, I'm not much for summer camping, but I am going to do more of it. A lot of times I spend time with my family in the summer, and we're out at the lake anyway, and wakeboarding and that kind of thing, and cruising around on the boat. So I'm sure I'll make some videos of that. But anyways, I'm gonna sit here, enjoy my cigar, and I'm gonna finish watching my movie, and then I'm gonna get off to bed. So good night everyone, and I'll catch you in the morning for some breakfast, and probably pack up and head her home. So again, thank you for watching if you made it this far, and definitely leave some comments and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more. Have a good night. Alright, good morning. Hope you're all doing good this morning. Been up for a little bit, kind of slowly started packing up. Just gonna have a coffee here. Not sure if I'm gonna have breakfast or not. I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna get packed up and get ready to go. Figured out the right amount of coffee for this thing, so. Had a pretty decent sleep last night. Wasn't too bad. Took me a while to fall asleep. I think it was, probably about 1:30 by the time I fell asleep. The pellet stove was giving me a little grief. I'm going to have to keep playing with this thing. Get the heat right on it. Right now, this thing is blazing hot. And for some reason last night, just didn't want to burn properly. But I did adjust. There's a pellet feed adjustment on it. I did adjust it just a bit, and I opened it right up. Now it seems to be burning really hot. But it did burn all night long, which was nice. I put some pellets in right before I went to bed at about 1:30, and the hopper was about, right around here somewhere, if you could see on my, right around here somewhere. So I filled the pellets up to here this morning and just opened her right up, and now it's burning like crazy. I don't know what is different right now other than the adjustment I made on the pellet hopper. And I tried opening it up last night. I poked around. This morning I poked around in there, and I don't know, maybe it's just feeding better now. I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm going to finish making my coffee here and then slowly get to packing up. Take you guys outside for a view here this morning. As you can see, there is some snow on the ground, but not very much. There's an ash hopper on the on my pellet stove to collect the ash, and I dumped that out, and I had some kindling in the fire pit last night, and it burnt up all the kindling anyway. I should have just kept the fire going, but it was way too windy last night. Yeah, the wind got pretty crazy last night for quite a while, just about all night. All right. Yeah, with the tent door open right now and how hot this thing is, it's almost the perfect temperature, really. A little cool. Well, yeah, like I say, I'm going to pack up this morning, head on out. My next video, I'm looking forward to making. I don't know if we'll come to the same area or not. We'll see. This is a pretty good spot, but it's definitely no issues camping here, that's for sure. But it's I don't want to keep coming back to the same spot all the time. That's why I kind of started wanting to camp more this style, is so I can move around more and see different areas, go on different adventures. And hopefully my wife or some of my kids can make it out with me once in a while. Okay, coffee's just about full there, and I still got lots of water, so we're just going to pull that out of there. I got another catch can down here I'm just going to let it drain into. And I'm just going to grab some cream. All right. Haven't really used this cup that much, but I actually enjoy it. It's one I got from work. I've had it for a few years now and never really used it. It was kind of buried in the back of the cupboard. Did have a spoon here somewhere. So anyways, thank you for coming along on the adventure, and I'll see you in the next video. And bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. And let me know some other camping things you'd like to see, or just leave a comment down below. Tell me how I did. Thanks, and have a good one.